I should be able to reach a point where it does hit the same size. So I'll go to my front view here and hit F3. I'll move this up and hit F2 so I can see through it. And you can see how I can line it up to that one. I'm going to scale down a little bit more, like so. There, that works. I'm going to go to my vertices, and I'll just go and reposition these vertices so that they line up with the rest of my cylinder here. Now you can see I'm going to be short a couple of vertices. Here, here, and here there are 3, and I only have 2. So I'm going to need to make 2 additional vertices somewhere out of this. So the easiest way to do this here, I know this cylinder is in the right place, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use its positioning to recreate the other bits and pieces. So convert to editable poly. And if I grab the top position of this, get out of here, go into this one, grab this one, and paste that top position in here. That's actually, I eyeballed that exactly. We'll do the bottom ones here, these guys, 259. Grab this one, 259. And now we'll go grab the X positions here. So the X position of this is 184. I'm just going to remember 0.184, and I'll copy 12. I don't even need to copy that. I can remember both those numbers. So this one is 0.12. This one, 184. Right? 184 is negative 0.12. So that lines those things up there. I got the wrong height here. I lined them up to the wrong one, so we'll go and do this here. I'll bring this down. The Z is 8.313. Let's grab these two. The Z is 313. And now look, all those vertices are lined up exactly with where they should be. Now I need to connect this with 2 edges. What? Oh, there's only one doodad in there. Okay, I'll do it this way for now. Connect with 2 edges, like so. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can do this. So I'll stick to my edges and drag that up, and drag that up. And then I'll weld those, so there's 8 vertices. Now there are 4, so there's no hole in there anymore. And you can see that I've got triangle, triangle, and then this weird quad. So I'm going to end up changing the topology here to make it make more sense. But first, I just need to line this up again. So if I go here and grab that tall point, that high point, we're looking at 3, 4, 1. And so in this one, 3, 41. Okay. Oops. And that's also going to come in an X. Should have taken the X as well. 0.042. This one. 42. This one, negative 42. Okay. So that is now the proper shape for that. Now it would be nice to get rid of these triangles. Again, because we're going to be dealing with topology that is going to be turbo smoothed, triangles tend to have a little bit of a problem with turbo smoothing, which is kind of crummy because we really need turbo smoothing for this to work. So I'm going to grab those, and I'll delete this thing for now. We don't need it. Again, I'll go and bridge these 2 open areas so that that thing's complete. So what would be a lot better, because we have 2 triangles pointing at each other here, what would make a lot more sense would be to actually cut straight across here. That'll make quad, quad, quad. That's not actually going to work. Let's see if I do here to here. That's not going to help anything. Yeah, maybe that's just the way it's going to work.
Wait, can you delete
This edge?
those two triangles that you have here?
These two?
One
It's
is
gonna
those
collapse the
edges.
thing.
Well, so part of the problem is that while I need this to look right like this, I'm also trying to think ahead to what I turbo smooth it. And when I turbo smooth it, I'll put 3 iterations on it, turn ice line display on, I need to make sure that the shape holds true at this level. Now right now it's not, but I know that I'm going to end up going in and I ring this and connect 2 edges that we end up splitting apart. No, not slide. Splitting apart like that. That's going to give us our nice lip around here. That's also going to make sure that this holds true, this circle. I'm going to say, okay. This one too is going to get that, like that. And now here is where I need to change things. So essentially, this edge here, let's do this in the front view. Let's do this in the back view. So essentially, this second edge here doesn't need to go that way. It needs to come down this way and become part here. So essentially, if I go to my cut tool and I grab this vertex here, this is going to come down to here and then into here. And then those are going to collapse. And then I can get rid of some of the other nonsense that's in here. So I can bring that up. And then this edge doesn't need to be here. This one doesn't need to be here. This one doesn't need to be here. So I was actually thinking that those needed to be there in the original topology, but apparently they don't. I can get rid of them, which is going to allow me to clean this up. So let me undo, get rid of all the connecting edges, which I can't do at the moment. So we'll do it this way. Okay. So we have no connecting edges. So yeah, so I can get rid of this and this, which are not currently helping. Because I'm going to need one edge to sit close to that one. That also means that I can start to find a way to connect these a little bit better. So like so, now I've got a quad here. These can come inwards. And I can get rid of this edge, this, and this, which are also not doing anything. And then I can bring these up into here and weld those down. So weld. And that should help me keep that shape a little bit better. Again, it would be nicer if I didn't have a triangle here, but I'm just not going to be able to get rid of that because I can't put any more edges in here. That'll screw up all the rifling we want to do later. And so it's going to have to sit like this.
What if you move?
What's that?
Wait, can you zoom in? You have those triangles.
Yep.
What if you move the inside of those?
This edge?
Yeah, this edge of the other one.
Move them to like the middle here?
Yeah.
That's going to break the turbo smooth.
Not the middle, but like a bit to the side, and then that one a bit to the side. So just it has the same.
Go point on the board where you want me to move.
You can't move anything. It's gonna screw up anything you move.
Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Show me what you're thinking.
So basically, you know how you have all these guys.
Yeah, I'll go into the
So keeping the same shape, why can't you move this vertex and this vertex? So this vertex here and this vertex here, so it has the same shape.
The reason for that is that this circle here, the inside one, has to remain 12 sides. So this all the way around, or 18, sorry. I can't change this. If I change that, it's not going to be round anymore. So if I move these two to up here, that's not going to be 18 anymore, it's going to be 20. And I need it to be 18. So I can't add any more vertices in here.
And I guess it's the closest one I can get.
Triangles is going to have to be it. I can't get rid of any triangles here without screwing up that shape that I need to be there.
So what happens if it's turbo smooth?
Right now, while the turbo smooth is on there, let's go and I'm going to go to my front view here. Actually, I'll do this this way. So just grab all of the front and deselect that. And I'll inset these a very small amount. And we'll do the same with the back. So there is the turbo smooth version of this. Even with triangles, it holds up really, really well. Now there are a couple of things here. You can see that it's starting to get a little too rounded in here, which has to do with, oh, I didn't put the outer edge on, that's why. Okay, so let's do that. Do this here. Make that a little bit tighter. So if I do that, so there's the turbo smooth version of this. It holds up really.
And you just looked up like, wait, what?
It looks really, really, really well. It looks just like the component it should be. And the holes are all about the right size that I can go and put my cylinder back in there and not have to worry about it. Now I don't want to go and put these support edges on just yet. Well, it is nice to see what they look like turbo smooth. I do want to continue and make the rest of this before I get too far. Otherwise, I'm going to really screw myself up because the support edges that I put on, you know, I don't want them to go all the way around this thing. I'm going to take my turbo smooth off. I don't actually want them to go all the way around this thing. I'm going to need to, more, there we go. And I'll delete the turbo smooth. Knowing that it works like that, playing with the turbo smooth and making sure that it is going to do what you expect it to is very useful, but again, it's not something that I need to do right now because I have to build more of the shape before I can do anything. So there, in effect, is the beginning piece of this. So this is going to be this here. Now there's a couple other things that I know are going to have to change. For instance, the cylinder is going to have at least one more edge that runs down it to start extruding this piece off of. But I'm not going to do that yet because I haven't started building this upper piece, and so I'll wait for that. I'm going to continue my way down. So I've made this cylinder. I now need to make this negatively curved area and then start building the flat pieces out. So right now everything works really well. I know the turbo smooth is working really well and it's going to hold the shape. I just need to start now blocking out the bottom of this thing. So I'll go back to my side view here and go find some more reference. So this is really nice reference of this thing. Now, not so much. There we go. So here we can see there's that one round piece I made, there's the next round piece I made, and now this looks like it comes down straight and then curves out to go into this next round piece. Now there's a bit missing here. You can see that there's a hole in here. This round looks like it then comes in and then goes around, and it looks like it should continue all the way around here. That's very important as well. That little missing gap there is what allows that cylinder to pop out to the side. That's where it rotates from. The other side of this thing, the right side of this thing, that edge continues all the way through. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the other side of the gun, the part that doesn't have the hole, and then I'll go and make the hole on this side once I get away from being symmetrical. So again, I want to model this thing as symmetrical as possible and then come back and break the symmetry once I need to. So I could again try and take measurements here. This appears to be almost as big around as the circle that's up here, right? If I look at this thing, it's pretty close to the same size as that one, which means if I really wanted to, I could grab this and move it down, but this doesn't appear to be circular on this side. It appears to be flat on this side. So let's go look at some more reference here, because that is going to be a problem. So flat, and on this side, round. So if you notice, we're now really asymmetrical. That too is going to cause a problem. So in this case, I'm going to forego